Hi everyone, Yolanda here from Gesundheit, and I am busy compiling an email to my friends to explain to them how I use the Pegasus homeopathic range in my family to keep us all healthy, especially during the winter months. So I thought I'd make a quick video just to spare you all the reading and make it easy for you to learn with me. So I'm going to share my screen in a second. Here we go. So now you can see the Gesundheit website. It's www.gesundheit.co.za, and I'm going to navigate to the Pegasus range. I go to the product catalog, scroll down to shop by brand, and then I just look for Pegasus. So I really love the Pegasus homeopathic range because it makes it easy for anyone. You don't need to know anything about homeopathy to use this range in your family. It's very user friendly. It's very safe. You can use it on anyone in the family, including babies and pregnant women. Very safe. So there are a few remedies that I'd like to highlight and just tell you about. And the first one would be Antiviraback. So Antiviraback is usually my very, very first remedy that I give if I see that someone in my family may have some sort of an infection, whether it be a bacterial infection or a viral infection. I would then immediately administer this Antiviraback. And basically, what you do is it's little balls, and you take 3 to 5 of them and you just suck them in a clean mouth. And what that means is, a clean mouth, no toothpaste, coffee, or anything with peppermint in the mouth for at least 15 minutes before or after administering the remedy. So that would be the Antiviraback. It is an absolute must to have in your medicine cabinet for winter as a first defense. So next up, we have the bronchial relief. And this is a very, very helpful remedy for any ailments of the lungs. So if there's a bit of a cough, whether it be a dry cough or a wet cough, or just a tight chest, you can use this. You can also use this for asthmatic conditions. So another one of my favorites. Also a must for the winter medicine cabinet. Next up is the Pegasus cold and flu. So this one here, it's exactly what it says. If you feel that you're coming down with a cold or flu, you have those typical symptoms of a stuffy head, a runny nose, headache, fever, then you would also administer this cold and flu. And what's nice about these remedies, you can combine them. So you can, for example, give the Antiviraback a dose, and then 2 hours later, you give the cold and flu. So it's always best to stick to 2 remedies at a time. So you choose whichever ones are most suited to the symptoms that you are having. Okay, and then we have, let's see here, another good one to have, especially with small children in the house, is the Pegasus fluid imbalance. Now, this one is very important because whenever we have a high fever or we have a situation where there's diarrhea, even constipation, then dehydration is an issue. So the fluid imbalance helps to prevent a situation where somebody gets dehydrated, but it's also a very good remedy to give when somebody is already dehydrated. Why I say constipation is because it helps to balance the fluid in the body. It is very helpful to relieve constipation as well. Right, so then we have headache. I'm not going to go into that, but always, when we have colds and flus, one of the very common symptoms would be your headache. Although in your remedy, like the cold and flu, you would already have something in there to help with the unpleasant symptoms like the runny nose, the stuffy nose, the headache, and so on. So it's not always necessary to use specific remedies like this one. Right, so the immune defense, this is definitely my favorite, especially because I've got young kids. So the immune defense is a remedy that you can take every day throughout winter, especially your school-going, creche-going kids. You want to give them immune defense every day because this helps them to fight off any viruses, bacteria that they may encounter at school. I can use an example here. My son, a couple of days ago, just before bedtime, complained of a swollen gland behind his ear. Now, that's usually the first sign that there's an infection going on, especially in the tonsils and the ear area. So I immediately gave the Antiviraback and I gave immune defense. Next morning, the gland was gone, he never even got sick. So that is the most important thing with homeopathy. The first sign of symptoms is when you want to start administering, okay? Okay, so let's go on. Then we have, let's see, Mucodranol. This is the mom's best friend. So if you think winter months and you think snotty, runny noses, then Mucodranol is the one you need in your medicine cabinet. So if you have any situation where there's mucus that's stuck or mucus that is running, so it doesn't matter if there's too much or too little mucus, you can give this remedy because it will balance the situation out. So we never ever want to dry up mucus, right? So that's the first thing people do whenever there's a runny nose. They want to give something to stop the runny nose. The runny nose is the body's way of getting rid of the pathogen, clean out the nasal passages, to clean out the respiratory system. So why would we want to stop the body from doing what it needs to do? So Mucodranol is merely there to support the process, and it will help the body accomplish whatever it needs to. So, but a very helpful remedy and definitely something to keep in the medicine cabinet. Okay, let's have a looky, one or two more. So here we have teething, pain, and fever. Very helpful also, of course, for the fevers. A very controversial thing that whenever I tell parents that I never ever break a fever, they can't believe what I'm saying, but it is actually very important to know that a fever is one of the body's most important ways of fighting an infection. A fever, by raising the body's temperature, is killing off viruses, killing off bacteria, and it also helps the immune system to pump out white blood cells. It helps the body speed up the systems in the body. So why would you want to go and stop a fever? And I know people are scared of, in Afrikaans we call it stuipe. So what would we call it in English again? Can't think of the word now. But we don't want to be scared of that because it does not actually harm the body. Again, it is just the body's way of cooling down the brain to protect the brain. Okay, and then lastly, we've got throat for those terrible achy throats. Very helpful also when there's tonsillitis. We want to be using throat. Righty, and then lastly, my favorite product in this whole range is the blue box. So the blue box is a collection of all the Pegasus remedies, and it's very easy. You just, whenever there's a symptom, you match the symptom to the remedy, and that's what you give. It also comes with a little booklet that guides you in which remedies to use for what. So we can order these blue boxes for you if you want. You can just get in touch with us. Right, so you are welcome to get in touch with me if you have any questions or would like to, put together a custom medicine cabinet for you and your family. Then you are welcome to contact me. Right, so that is it. Just thought I would quickly share that with you, and I hope that this was helpful. And I hope to see you ordering some Pegasus for your medicine cabinet. Have a wonderful day. Bye.